So now, so far we have seen how we split the images and then keep our data ready for the next process. Next processes which we going to describe here are one is add the path files, and the second one is to create these train and test records. So if you look at it, most of our scripts or most of our processes which are run are within this models research folder. So what we need to do is we need to add these parts of this research folder into memory. So that when we execute these scripts, it runs smoothly. So what we do is we create a special file called setup.sh, and then we add the path files like this. So to create this file, you can just open a new editor and then add this part of this code, that is the first line, which is this bin-sh, and then we're going to add the path, add the Python path here. And this specific thing is for Linux systems, and for Windows you'll have to add these paths into the environment. So here what we are giving is in the Python path we are giving the path to the models research, because the models and the research. So this specific path, the complete path for your research. And also there is under model research, there is something called a folder called slim, this one. So even both these paths have to be added in this specific file, and you should name it setup.sh. So this specific path should lie in a root folder itself. So under TFOD API, which is a root folder, we have the setup.sh. Now to activate this to add it to our path, what we do is we say source, then setup.sh, and then press enter. So that's how we add these paths to our environment variables. Okay, so that's adding the path. So before we do any kind of scripts, we have to ensure that this is added into the environment path. So the next what we're going to discuss is the process for generating or creating the train and the test records, which we earlier saw in our annotations. How we mentioned that we have this train and test records which have all those information about the images and the annotation file. So you can again open another .py file, a Python file, and then you can add this part of the code here. We'll go line by line into this code. So you can add this part, which is first import all our libraries which are required. Now for your information, all this file is included in the GitHub repository, so you can refer it there, and also it is also given in the blog post also in our blog. So add these, import all this the libraries first. Next we define the arguments. Using the argument parser. So these are arguments. One is the labels path. So the labels path is the path to the the PBX text file which we earlier created, this specific path. So that's the first argument. The second argument is the output path. So this is where we're going to going to write the tf.records, both the test and train records. So the path for that is for this annotation file. That's what we give, output path. The next one is the image directories. So where the images are loaded. So here, for example, for us in this case is either the test or the train. So we'll be running the script twice for both the test and train records. So first you give the if you're going to process the train images, then we give the train images path, and the next the test images path. And the last argument is the annotation file, that where the which is the CSV file which we which we earlier saw. So that's a file which we give. So here I've got my the CSV file here within this itself, within this folder itself. Maybe you might have it somewhere else. So that's where we and that's the path which we give in the last argument. Okay. So and then we parse all those arguments in this line, and then what we do is we create something called the label map dictionary. So label map dictionary is nothing but, so it's like a dictionary which maps each of those classes. We look into this specific file, this label map text file, and go through each of this, and then map each of the pothole to a specific ID. So it will be a dictionary which will be generated. And there is a specific function which is part of the API itself, called the label map utils. So this label map utils is used to load the specific. So label path is this, the path to the label map PB text file. So it loads it and then creates a dictionary for this. So a dictionary is just a simple dictionary which maps the class to the specific index. Okay, so that's these two lines. So the next is there is a function. We'll see what this function is in detail. So this is to create these extract information from our annotation CSV file. We have to extract all this bounding box information and many other information which are required for TF record. So that's a specific function or specific method which is there. We'll come to this in a moment, and then we will see the main method. So next is the main method which we will walk through. So where all these processes would be invoked, or all these methods would be invoked, and data would be stored in the TF records format. So we'll come to that. We'll walk through this main functions in the next video.